Hey guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. Now today I want to show you how to make bone broth. Now if you are interested in healing and sealing your gut, or if you're interested in gut health and how to nourish your body with good gut health, then actually knowing how to make bone broth is going to be so beneficial for you on your gut healing journey or your health and wellness journey. Now our immune system is 70 to 80% resides in the gut. So actually having really good gut health, or if you're trying to eliminate some symptoms, then looking after your gut health is a really great place to start for longevity. Because looking after your immune system is very important for so many different reasons. Now we're kind of rolling into winter here in Australia, so I'm always, ramping up the soups, the slow cooked meals, and bone broth is amazing to have during winter to help with your immune system. Now, one of the reasons why bone broth is so amazing for your gut health is because it contains collagen, gelatin, it's got a really great amino acid profile, but those things actually really help with healing your gut or helping to maintain the health of your gut wall. Now, our gut wall is where all of the beneficial bacteria in our gut actually live. So helping to maintain that or repair it is very important. Now bone broth is absolutely amazing because it contains a lot of trace minerals that we might not get in our diet otherwise. So things like calcium, phosphorus, silicon, sulfur, which is very important, glucosamine, which is really amazing for your joints and your muscles, and also things like collagen and gelatin as well, which we know is in bone broth. Now, the best thing is Grandma always knew that you needed some warm chicken soup when you weren't feeling well. But the beauty of this is science is actually validating all of these old wives' tales because there is some truth behind it. Now, one of the reasons why I absolutely love making bone broth is because it is so cheap to make. It is very expensive to buy, but it's very cheap to make. So the way that I like to make bone broth is during the week or the month, whenever we have chicken, maybe you might have a roast chicken or might have some chicken drumsticks, we actually save those bones and put them in the freezer. And then we use those bones to make the bone broth. So I don't actually have to go out and buy any bones. You can also go out and buy bones as well from your butcher. A lot of butchers will actually sell the bones. They might sell chicken frames, which is just the leftover bones and carcass of a chicken. And it's very cheap to do it that way. So if you have to actually go out and buy the bones, again, it's not going to be expensive. You can literally make 5 to 6 liters of bone broth for about $5. Now, if you were going to go buy it at the store, it can cost you anywhere from, say, $10 a liter up to anywhere from $20 to $25 for like 2.5 liters. So it's very expensive to buy. So if you can actually learn to make this gut healing elixir at home, it is just going to benefit your health in so many different ways. If you're trying to maintain a good gut health, or if you're trying to heal and seal a damaged gut. So let's dive into the video and show you how to make bone broth. Now bone broth itself is actually just a stock. But the difference between stock and bone broth is stock is mainly just for flavor. So you might use cuts of meat, celery, onion, garlic, herbs to actually give you a lot of flavor, versus bone broth, which is actually you're boiling the bones for a very long period of time to actually extract the minerals and the goodness from the bones. So that's the main difference. You can still flavor your bone broth to be, delicious with onion, garlic, herbs, and spices. You can definitely flavor it, but the idea is you want to boil it for a very long time to extract all of that goodness. So stock is mainly just for flavor, and bone broth is mainly just for extracting the goodness. So that's the main difference between stock and bone broth, but they can be used in exactly the same recipes. So you can use bone broth in soup, in replacement for stock.
So here are 2 chicken frames that I just put in the freezer. Now these literally cost $3 and there's 2 chicken frames in there. So I'm just going to take off the packaging and then we're going to roast the chicken for about half an hour just to bring out some flavour. So you want to chop up some carrots, some onion, some celery, some garlic, just to add flavour to the actual bone broth. Now I'm also going to add some salt, some pepper, some Italian herbs, some rosemary, and also a couple of bay leaves and some garlic. So you don't need to be particular with this, what size you chop these up to, just roughly chop them. Alright, so now our chicken is roasted. It's not fully roasted, it's just, yeah, half an hour is enough just to deepen that flavour. And we're going to pop everything into the slow cooker. So chicken first. And then all of your other ingredients. So we're just going to pop that in. Now last ingredients is these are some leftover chicken drumsticks and chicken Maryland bones. So we've literally had a couple of dinners worth of chicken drumsticks and I've put them in the freezer and saved them for when I'm going to make bone broth. So these are actually already cooked, but if you are going to use raw chicken, I highly recommend to cook it first. It just gives it the whole bone broth a much nicer flavour. Now all you need to do here is add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, which is going to help to draw out a lot of the minerals and the nutrients from the bones. We're going to cover it with cold water for 12 to 48 hours. So now that our bone broth is done, you can see here I'm just going to strain all the bones and all of the ingredients and just leave the liquid. So this is probably the hardest process and it's the messiest. I always find I make an absolute mess doing this, and yeah, you just want to strain all of that out of it. So what I've done is I put the liquid in the fridge overnight, and as you can see it is very gelatinous, which means you've got a nice amount of collagen that has actually been extracted from the bones. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put those into a container and freeze it, and I'm also going to in a silicone muffin tray, and that's just so you have portion size, like 1 cup of bone broth. It's much easier to utilize.
Now, if you did like this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help the channel, and also subscribe if you want more gut healthy videos like this one.